Back up our Executive Director, Greg Winfrey, to kick this off. Greg?
Thanks again, Chris. Good morning, all. I hope you all had a wonderful session. The energy is quite infectious, and the conversations I've had with all of my friends and colleagues and the other thought leaders over these past couple of days has been quite game-changing. So I hope we all leave here with the great spirit of accomplishment of the things we've done at this conference and collaborations we can use to carry forward. Without further ado, it's my great pleasure to introduce our Chancellor, Chancellor John Sharp, who's here just to kind of give his perspectives and also thank you and welcome you to the Texas A&M campus here in College Station. As Chancellor of the Texas A&M University System, John Sharp leads one of the nation's largest university systems, as you know, including 11 universities and 7 state agencies. He served in this capacity since September 2011. Chancellor Sharp is a special friend and champion of TTI's. His innovative brainchild, the RELIS campus, which many of you will have an opportunity to see this afternoon, is helping TTI and Texas A&M move forward in the evolving automated and connected vehicle space. The RELIS campus provides a perfect place for our CVAV testing, research projects, and interactions with industry representatives and our students, our next generation transportation workforce that will be implementing these new technologies. And the Chancellor has even agreed from time to time to be our test subject in some of our research projects. And I'm sure he'll tell you a little bit, regale you with a little bit of stories about that. Chancellor Sharp has spent more than 3 decades in public service. He earned a bachelor's in political science from Texas A&M University in 1972, where he was student body president and a member of the core staff of the Corps of Cadets. Upon graduation, he was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Army Reserves. In '76, while working full-time with the Legislative Budget Board in Austin, Chancellor Sharp received a master's degree in public administration from Southwest Texas State University. In 1978, he was elected to the Texas House of Representatives and was named Outstanding Freshman by Texas Monthly. He won a seat in the Texas Senate in 1982, where he served on the powerful Senate Finance Committee, and was elected to the Texas Railroad Commission in 1986. He was elected State Comptroller in 1990 and re-elected in 1994, so quite a distinguished career of public service. Without further ado, I would like to introduce Chancellor John Sharp.
Thank you, Dr. Winfrey. That was a hell of an introduction. I thought for a second there you were going to say I was also head of the homeroom in 4th grade, which of course I was. Well, howdy, it's good to be here with all of you folks. I think it was a year ago that we, at this conference, announced the creation of the RELIS campus. And for those of you that need a little bit of refresher of what the RELIS campus is about, let me just talk about it for a few minutes. It's a twofold deal. The first part is academic. And what that is at Blinn College here, we have 14,000 students at Blinn College. Now, there's only 1,000 of them from this county, this area. The other 13,000 are from El Paso, Brownwood, all over the state of Texas. And we probably have a pretty good idea of why they're here. They want a shot at going to Texas A&M after 2 years, and some of them will make that. And truth of the matter is, a whole bunch of them are telling their kids back home they are at A&M. But we're glad to have them in this county. The problem is after 2 years they leave. And we don't think they ought to leave. We think they ought to stay here somewhere within the A&M system. And so half of what RELIS goal is to say to those youngsters, you can stay here and get a degree in the A&M system. And so Texas A&M Kingsville, West Texas A&M, Tarleton State University, all of our 10 other universities are going to come here. And so they'll leave and graduate from Blinn College, and then they'll start a business degree from West Texas A&M University or an engineering degree from Tarleton State University or whatever, and get a degree within the Texas A&M University system. The second part of it has to do more so with the flagship and the collaboration between really smart people in business with really smart people in academic research. And so we're going to be very accommodating about bringing business and industry into this 2,200 acre site and making sure that we do the absolute best research. And there is very little, almost nothing we won't do to get you here. Well, there's nothing Winfrey and Barton won't do, but I have some morals about me. So but there's nothing they won't do in our name. We also have TEACS, which does as good a job or better than anybody in the country at workforce training, is teaming with Glenn and Gary Sarah's bunch are going to be out there doing that as well. And so so what a difference a year makes. And so in just a year, we've made quite a bit of progress out there. Right now, we have old warehouses coming down over there to make space for new research and education facilities. We hosted a press event a few weeks ago as we began the demolition. There are some things we'll keep because of the historical nature of it, the old chapel from back in the war days, the old hangar, the flight line control tower, and a few things like that are kept there to honor the service of the people that were at that Army Air Base there. I wanted to actually burn down the warehouses. I like fire, and but my people had problems with that, and they wouldn't let me do it. We also wanted to save the old lumber, but of course the cost of pulling nails out and all of that was prohibitive, and we were told that was astronomical, and we couldn't do it. So we're also investing a lot in infrastructure at Rellis by adding roads and utilities and the like, and you'll start to see some of that. I think some of you are going out there this afternoon. Elsewhere at Rellis, we have major construction. The construction for the Center for Infrastructure Renewal is more than halfway completed. That doesn't exist anywhere below the Mason-Dixon line. That will be a place where you as industry can come, test your new brands of asphalt, test your new PVC, test any kind of concrete, whatever you want to test. That center is going to be almost one of a kind in the nation. I think the only other one that exists is somewhere in Illinois, and frankly, they can't operate that one about 3 or 4 months of the year. This will be an all-weather operation. At Glenn College, our community college partner recently broke ground on their campus. They're building a multi-billion-dollar facility, and it'll be open in the start of classes for the fall of 2018. And we're also partnering, as I said, with Glenn College through TEACS, Sarah's outfit, to put in place much-needed workforce training here in Brazos County, and for you, if you need that as you're here for research or whatever. I think they're beginning with carpentry skills training this summer, and they expect to have a lot more programs before it's over. We're also going to break ground on a brand-new TTI headquarters at Rellis this month. The old TTI headquarters is being converted into much-needed classroom space on the West Campus by the flagship, and so the TTI will take that money and open up at Rellis, which will be opened by the end of 2018. Plus, we're going to work on the new TEAS headquarters. It's planned to begin about a year from now. Additionally, we expect to sign the contract to design and build the first Tamas Gateway Education Building sometime late this summer. Combining this building with Glenn's Education Building, we'll be able to accommodate and educate approximately 5,000 new students in Brazos County. And we're not done yet. We also have plans and details defined to build facilities in the Mary Kay O'Connor Process Safety Center at Rellis to allow this world-class program to move into state-of-the-art facilities where safety practices and processes are innovated in the chemical industry. And further, we've also completed the initial planning for our industrial distribution center. At the education and research facilities, we'll begin work with industry to develop new and innovative ways to improve supply chain management and customer engagement in that center. These new facilities are just the start of the improvements we envision at the Rellis campus. They're creating the great momentum for more partnerships and programs to be brought to this transformation technology campus. We also have, we're very close to announcing an agreement with NASA. Well, no, I'm not supposed to say that. Anyway, Just imagine what this old World War II air base is going to look like a year from now or 2 years from now if we've made this progress in 1 year. Now let me talk a little bit about the Texas A&M Transportation Institute, which is, of course, one of the primary anchor agencies at RELLIS. They've got some pretty exciting plans underway. With the TTI as the lead institution, Texas has been designated by the U.S. Department of Transportation as the National Automated Vehicle Proving Ground for the testing of connected and automated vehicle technologies. Besides TTI, the Texas AV Proving Grounds Partnership includes TxDOT, UT Austin Center for Transportation Research, Southwest Research Institute, and 32 municipal and regional partners with a shared interest in the mobility and safety challenges facing the introduction of autonomous and connected vehicles to public roadways. In the end, the RELLIS campus will be the premier proving ground for the A&M system's contribution to the partnership. And speaking of connected vehicles, earlier this week, I took part in a demonstration of the platooning trucks TTI developed for TxDOT. It involves electronically linking a series of big rig trucks to follow a lead truck in close succession, all without active drivers in the following trucks. I thought that was very interesting, going 60 or 70 miles an hour about 15 feet from the truck in front of me with no driver in the seat. But it was a better experience that I had in the Lexus that Barton and Winfrey put me in. So I'm in this Lexus, and of course 3M makes that striping so good, and the Lexus follows the striping, right? Well, the striping went that way because that was the Milliken exit, and so the car went boom like that, which I didn't mind. I grabbed the steering wheel, I put it back on the track. What I minded was the guy in the back said, "I ain't never seen that before." And so I kind of enjoyed breaking ground in research here. So anyway, if you stick around, you'll be able to see that platooning technology later, I think this afternoon at the RELLIS campus. Conference organizers will have more information on that later. Our other engineering groups are also innovating new and safer transportation solutions at RELLIS. Our mechanical engineering department recently created the Connected Autonomous and Safe Transportation Program. We call it the CAS program. It's a one-of-a-kind program in the U.S. It will develop state-of-the-art safety technology, which we'll need as we see more self-driving vehicles on the road, along with old-fashioned cars driven by people like me. Let me also use the opportunity to make a few exciting announcements about the partnerships we're forming at the RELLIS campus. I want to announce a few interesting relationships we're developing with some very impressive companies. Kubota, for one. Kubota Tractor Corporation and Tamas are creating a strategic venture to test equipment performance at RELLIS. Kubota, which recently relocated to North Texas, said it is committed to harnessing the research of the system to help improve its agriculture, construction, and turf equipment. We agree that together we can work to improve people's lives in Texas all over the world. In short, teaming up with Kubota allows us to leverage the strength of the company while developing new leaders for our students. And I asked the guys at Kubota, I said, well, why would Kubota be interested in driverless tractors? And they said, do you know what the average age of a farmer is in the world? And I said, no, I don't know, about 40, something like that. And they said 68. And I said, question answered. 3M, we're also in talks with 3M. 3M, of course, is an industry leader that seeks to improve the safety of roadways and work zones. Has been doing this for decades. We're proud to call the 3M Traffic Safety one of our most valued partners. We here at TAMAS appreciate the long-standing relationship that TTI and Texas A&M have enjoyed with 3M Traffic Safety. Now we're excited that we're about to expand on this collaboration, and I think we'll have success finding new ways of connecting roadway infrastructure with new automated technologies. And the third one is Schrade Air. Also, we recently been in talks with the Schrade Air Group, which is a Belgian lighting company. Their lighting products are used on highways, tunnels, residential streets, pedestrian, public areas, sports facilities, public transportation, and of course, university campuses. We hope to collaborate in research, development, and commercialization of new and advanced outdoor lighting technologies, and these new technologies promise to improve the safety and help response agencies get more quickly to emergencies. Also, WSP. I think a few days ago, signed an MOU with WSP, a company that helps public and private sector clients with transport and infrastructure strategies. Much of the work with WSP will be with connected and automotive vehicles. Also Atlas, which developed the Traditions Club and the community. Finally, we have an agreement in principle to hold a demo at Atlas and Traditions. TAMIS will be partnering with our Bryan College Station neighbor Atlas. Atlas will allow us to test an autonomous vehicle, essentially a self-driving golf cart that's right out here that will transport folks around the Atlas development. And basically, we're taking new technology we've been working on at TAMIS as part of the CAS program I just announced and testing it out in the real world. That's all for now on RELIS, but stay tuned. We have lots of folks that are talking to us about doing it. And as I said, if there are folks in this room thinking about bringing your smart folks and connecting them to the smartest people of any university, particularly in engineering in the country, as you know, we are in engineering, we're in the top 10 in the world in engineering in virtually every ranking that you see. And so we'll have more to tell you soon about the new partnerships involving private and public entities. And as I've said, there is really nothing Barton and Winfrey won't give you personally or otherwise. So you just let them know. So thank you all for being here. We really love having you here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chancellor Sharp. We know you're about to run off and catch another flight, so feel free to, when you have to leave. I'd like to bring this conference to a close. I'm going to do two things. I need to do a few of my own thank yous, and then I'm going to give directions for those of you who have signed up for some demonstrations. So first, let me thank our leadership at the A&M system, both Chancellor Sharp and Dean Banks that was with us yesterday, John Barton, who's been our day-to-day contact. You all may not know, but John's been meeting with us weekly, trying to get this together over the last several months, and has been his energy is infectious as we've tried to pull this all together. Couldn't do something like this without the TTI leadership. So Greg Winfrey, Ed Seymour, Katie Turnbull, and Bill Stockton, and Ginger Gooden, all part of our leadership team that has supported this all along as we developed the conference. I want to also thank all the speakers and moderators that donated their time and put together outstanding presentations throughout the conference. The feedback to me personally has been outstanding, and we really appreciate everybody who was on the program. John thanked all our event staff this morning, and so they really do handle the day-to-day and put out all the fires that come up before and during an event like this. If you had a good time, say thank you to them as you see them. As you go out, it'll mean a lot to them. If you had any problems, come see me and don't burden them with that. So Ben and Blake did an outstanding job from the A&M on all the AV presentations and took a huge weight off of our shoulders. Terry Parker's led all the kind of communications, her and her staff. We've been covering the conference the whole time, and that's a huge effort that they helped. I don't know if, I know Emily's still around. Emily had a big photo in the local paper this morning, so from her presentation at lunch. And then lastly, let me thank our host, is Spencer Clements. Is Spencer right there? And his staff, Sheila Sandoval, who's been our point of contact. This has been a wonderful facility to have a conference like this. It's exceeded my expectations. I hope you all enjoyed the Stella Hotel. And if you come back to College Station, I hope you reserve a room and enjoy this facility again. It's really been outstanding. So with that, I'm officially going to close. If you'll bring up the last slides, we're going to, we wish everybody safe travels. We got wonderful weather for you to leave today. But if you did sign up, go ahead and, I guess I got there. Okay. If you did sign up, there's kind of three demonstrations, if you will. The first truck platooning demonstration will leave here between 12:30 and 1 o'clock. So if you signed up for a demonstration, we've got you a box lunch so you can quickly get a little bit of lunch before you go out to the demonstration. You'll go out there, we've got staff on site that'll take care of you, and we'll have you back here by about 2:15 or so. If you have your own car, and especially maybe folks that are from Austin that want to head towards Austin after this, you can drive yourself. There's going to be some designated parking. We'll have maps at the registration table, so you can grab a map if you're driving yourself out. The bus will stop at that designated parking and pick you up after you've parked your personal car and take you on to the demonstration. So you have to be pre-registered, but that bus it'll have an A in the window so you'll know to get on, and we'll have you back about 2:15 to be on your way. There's a second bus leaving the exact same time. It's bus B. It's going to do the exact same thing, go to the truck platooning, but we had a small demonstration of our connected vehicles, software in the loop, hardware in the loop demonstration. For those, make sure if you're doing both, truck platooning and this simulation demo, get on bus B. All it's going to do is you'll after the truck platooning, we'll take you over and show you that second demonstration, and then we'll bus you back to the hotel. It'll take you'll be back about 3 o'clock. It'll take a little longer for that second demonstration, and so hopefully you know who you are that signed up for that. And then lastly, for those of you who didn't make it into the first group, we have some signed up for the second truck platooning demonstration, and that will leave here between 2:15 and 2:30. So if you can get some business done, take some calls or whatever, and then meet back where the buses are going to pick up. That one will be on bus B also, will be the one that coming back. What? Oh, it is C for the third one? Okay, I'm sorry about that. So that group, it'll be the only bus here between 2:15 and 2:30 that'll take you out. That one will get back closer to 4 p.m. after we do that. Again, if you want to drive your own car, get a map, and you can drive, park out at Rellis, and the bus will also make a stop and get you. And so anybody that's signed up for a demo, we do have a box lunch. We have our advisory council meeting. Some of you have been invited to that, and you should know who you are, and we'll be meeting immediately after this in Celeste C, I believe, one of the breakout rooms that we're in. There's a sign out in front of that door. So that's the instructions for those to demo. If you're not going to a demo or the council meeting and you're heading back, again, I wish you safe travels, and maybe one last applause to everybody who participated in the conference. Thank you very much. Okay.